So, hey, it's Joe. So we've built a couple vapes here today. We've built a cheaper version. This is the iStick 100 watt. It has a better tank on it and a 100 watt box. This is the cheaper version. The cheaper version is technically better because it has a better tank on it, but that's the stainless steel cheaper one. It's cheaper not because it's not as good so much as it has a better tank on it. It's 100 watts. It's cheaper because it is lightly used as a demo model. So it's lightly used. Still works great. Then the more expensive model is a Kangertech. This is a Kangertech 200 watt K-Box with a cheaper but good performing, just cheaper, tank on it in all black aluminum. This is all aluminum, this is stainless steel. This iStick 100 watt box has a Smoke TFV4 on it, which is an insanely good tank. But this could also be retrofitted with a Delta 2. This tank is the Delta 2. Not as good as the TFV4, but this is a Delta 2. I could also retrofit this box with a Delta 2 in stainless steel. This is a 200 watt box. This tank can do 50 watts. This is a 100 watt box. This tank can do up to 250 watts. So the tank is really an investment here on this one. I'll show you the clouds now. So the clouds are pretty good on both. Technically better on this one.
For a year. Now let's sell this cargo and fix up your jackdaw with a few more trinkets.
Sort of, yeah. I'd like to price and set me up for life. King of the West Indies, then.
He came to Nassau to get away from the likes of...
That's at 50 watts.
Be a man
If we turn this up to 100,
Jesus, let that dream go.
and we'll really let it rip.
No,
you ever dreamed of the big sport? So full of gold and silver, just split it and sail on.
We got low power.
it's only a dream.
I didn't think to charge this before I started testing. Both are USB charging. So that's that one. This one at its maximum, which is 50 watts.
We need to hit those towers. Lady, before you, sir.
So clouds aren't as good with this one. It's more expensive. This one, used one, has a better tank, but it's only 100 watts and is lightly used. It's got the marks and appearance of a used one. This one could be retrofitted with a Delta 2, the same as this, for cheaper. This one, in its current state, is, I'd say, 150 bucks. Retrofitted with a Delta 2, you're looking at 100 bucks. This one, in its current state, you're looking at 200 bucks for this setup. That's about $200. retrofitted with a smoke TFV4 for maximum cloud, I would say about 250, because this particular tank is almost $100 by itself. You take this tank, which is oversized for this box. This box doesn't generally have a tank this size on it, and you'll see why in a second. You can see the width of this alone. The difference is that on this box it can be brought up to maximums of the tank, which is something that the other box can't do. But as you can see, it's oversized. It overlaps and hangs over the sides on both sides. It's oversized for this box, so it looks huge on it. But when vaping it, it produces more vapor. So this setup would cost about $250. You're looking at $150 for the box, $50 for the Delta, or $100 for the tank, $150 for the box, $250 for this setup. This you're only looking at $50 with another $50, so you're looking at $100. With this tank on this, you're looking at $150. So basically, that's the pricing. This is obviously a cheaper box than this box. They both produce cloud chasing, very large clouds. So this is cheaper. It's got a little bit sturdier construction, much sturdier. Magnetic door, also stainless with neomagnetics, with some LG HE4s in there. Charges faster, lasts longer. Charges slower, doesn't last as long. This one got the aluminum case with plastic interior, but it's more expensive because it's a Kanger Tech, and that's really all there is to it. It's a brand name. But this one also comes, this same box also comes in red. It's got a limited edition. This box, you can also get it in the limited edition Mustang red. Comes in limited edition. This is black with red accents. This is red with black accents. It's really all there is to it. But it's a limited edition. So it costs like $25 more. Nothing I can really do about that. Does all the same things as the black one. It's just because it's a limited edition. Limited edition. It costs more. That's really all there is to it. They'll do whatever. These will produce the same amount of vapor under the right conditions. If you set them up and calibrate them properly, they will produce the same large clouds. This one can technically outdo the other because of this particular setup.
As you rightly see, the number of functions roaming these waters is pretty small in the number of minutes it sheds.
Alright, easy purchase, but in small doses.
But really the difference is marginal. So
to lure the Navy out
technically the most cost-effective, long-lasting setup would be this box with a stainless steel Delta 2 for $100. this setup with the same Delta 2 in black, because you might as well match the box, would be $200. With a smoked TFV4, it would be $250. The problem with the TFV4 is they have very expensive coils. The coils are almost $5 a piece, whereas the coils for the Delta 2, if you ever have to replace the coils, they're only like $1 a piece. So much cheaper to have a Delta, and you can get the Delta on both boxes. The Delta doesn't go up as high, it goes to 50 watts, whereas the smoked TFV4 can run at up to 200 watts. So there's no real reason to go that high as far as wattage. I mean, you're not getting any bigger cloud running high wattage. In fact, really you're going to get the same cloud at lower wattages, but you won't use as much battery at lower wattages, so your battery will last longer. And this is available in stainless steel to match this one as well. And these ones are much cheaper to run and can do almost the same clouds. These can technically beat them just because of its capabilities. But when tuned correctly, this will produce a very large cloud. So I would say for someone that's looking to just get into vaping and get into vaping with big clouds, you know, not amateur stuff, but get into the pro level playing at the cloud chasing competitions, this box with a Delta 2 would be the most cost effective way to get into that. $100, can't go wrong with $100. You can go for fancy, you can go for 200, 250, but the payoff isn't worth the amount spent, because that extra $100, $150 could go towards a year's supply of juice and coils. That extra money would cover your vaping for a year or more. With this, $100 gets you the box, everything you need to start vaping. Another $20, $30 and you'd be good to go for months to a year. So really, the straightforward answer would be this box with a stainless Delta 2. But if you're really serious and you want to go, you're going to be going to cloud competitions on a daily basis, you're going to want to spend the big money and go with a bigger, fancier box that you can show off to people. People aren't going to really be impressed. They will be impressed with an iStick putting out massive clouds. They will be impressed. These, kind of everybody's running these, so nobody's really going to be impressed. They will be impressed when this throws out huge clouds. So it's really a trade-off. You really don't need to spend that much money, but if you're dead set on being the best of the best, you can spend the big money. You can even spend a little bit more and get the limited edition red one. But this is the black one. There's really not enough difference to warrant spending more money on the Mustang Red. And that's all there is to it.